In the same way that I would never want to change my own personal story because it made me so resilient, I also wouldn't want to change the story of Ireland. Like, there's a resilience here in the culture because we still have our language, we still have our music, you know, we still have our customs.
This series follows people connecting with their soul's call around the world. And in this episode, we meet with Laura in Ireland, who's been on a huge journey to reclaim the simplicity of her spiritual practice in the everyday. This was an extra special episode for me because most of my blood is Irish, so getting to spend time on that land was an incredible experience.
When I was very young, under 10, I remember praying in bed at night and just really wanting to connect with Jesus, really wanting to have a spiritual experience from a very young age. So then I read the Bible and was like, oh, I'm not actually a Catholic. Seeing what the church as an institution had done to my country. We had our land taken, we had our language taken, we had our music and dancing outlawed, we had our grief rituals outlawed. It's like, oh my God, this is fucked, what we've done. I was 6 when the last Magdalene laundry closed. There was this overhanging shadow of sexual repression. I grew up in terror of my own body and my own sexuality and my own erotic nature. I had a lot of addictions, and self-loathing. I'm looking for connection, I'm looking for annihilation, I'm looking for a spirit. But I was looking for it in the bottle. I was at the point of my drinking career where I was really hoping I didn't wake up every day. I got sober through AA, connecting with a higher power, and it was very, very big part of my spiritual journey, actually. Yeah, I don't think I'd be alive. I wouldn't be alive, actually, without AA. Yeah. I think growing up in Ireland, I needed something in me to be broken open. Through my 20s, tried on a load of different things. Was I'm a Buddhist now, Taoism and Tantra, yoga. Part of my desire to be in those communities was wanting to just be okay with being in a body and see that as equally holy to my heart and my consciousness, because I was convinced there were parts of me that just couldn't be loved. My desire to come back to Ireland was also personal. I have a personal love for this land, and it happened to be a place where the next level of my spiritual journey had to happen. So any church in Ireland, you'll find there's either there was a well or there still is a well close by. So all of the places of worship before Christianity even, they were all centered around the well. The well was the place where you went to cleanse yourself before your ritual. The more I attuned to this country, the land, the people, the music, the culture, my spiritual practice became quite ordinary and practical here, actually. I never feel bad after I've been at a well. I never feel bad after I've just made some connection with the land in some way, or done something with a little bit of presence, done any kind of ritual. I think what makes these so special, people have been coming to this for maybe thousands of years. It's been something that we have worshipped and valued at these wells for so long, and it's that in itself, just the very nature of steps and people and bodies coming in ritual to these places is maybe that's what makes them so special. The path to like being in your own soul expression is, you can do it with people, but it is a solo journey as well, you know?
Yeah.
Definitely you learn a lot doing it in group, but at least at this part of my journey I needed to like become an individual and find how to be of service in the world. Yeah. The call to come back here was so strong. As soon as I arrived at the foot of this hill that you walk up, I just went mad. I lost my mind and I ran up the hill, and I had this experience of screaming, crying, feeling so aroused, feeling so angry. It was like the whole spectrum of the human experience just like ran through my body. And it felt like it was coming up from the earth, and I had this very strong awareness that like, this is what lives in Ireland, like this power is in the land. I understand this land. This land speaks to me in a language that I understand, because all of my ancestors, as far back as my DNA shows, are from here. In the same way that I would never want to change my own personal story because it made me so resilient, I also wouldn't want to change the story of Ireland. Like, there's a resilience here in the culture because we still have our language, we still have our music, you know, we still have our customs. When I'm in my heart, I can actually accept everything that's happened in my life. I can accept other people where they're at. I can accept everything that I've been through. It's all about heart, you know. I think people can maybe get too focused on getting spirituality right. That's what I love about nature, being on the land. It's like, it's an experience that is so unique to everyone, and it is just right. Like, whatever you feel, whatever you hear, that's for you. This is where I realized my service was, to help people to access it in just a very simple way. I think we can all tune into these places and listen to the whispers. And if there's anything I just want to like transmit, it's everybody can access their soul natures.
I'd love to know if any of the themes that Laura spoke to impacted you. So please, let's start a conversation. Let me know in the comments. And I also feel very excited to announce that later in the year, we're going to be doing an entire series on Ireland. So please do subscribe to the channel and stay connected, because I'm very, very excited to share that all with you as it unfolds.